¿Vas a llegar a las 50?
But I don't think they realize, because every now and then we'll complain that we lost the track, because I was going to get it, and not really. And then 6 months later, thanks, appreciate it. All right, let's see. Thank you for name. Oh.
¿Cómo se llama tu niña? Mía, ¿verdad? Pues ya desde que
¿Vos del barrio también? Vente para acá.
I saw you last month, didn't I? Yes.
This one you don't know. Y acá tengo una foto más reciente de cuando fuimos a la graduación de Moy, pero nomás estamos yo y las dos. ¿Dónde está? Aquí estamos, yo, Mía y Mary Jane. So, Mía nomás fue a la escuela como un año y medio a la escuela y es una bachelor, pero por 5 años, por 6 años era la número 1 boxeadora de los Estados Unidos.
Before we get started, we do have pizza, cookies, and water here if anybody would like some.
Y yo supe que tenía una ella está ahorita. Ya ella está yo no sé si usted sabe que cada mes tienen, cada semana ellos tienen una junta de mejores supervisors. Ellos tienen una junta todos los martes en la cerca. Chingona,
Esto ya ves que para esto no me invitan.
él estaba más flaco.
Yo también.
Okay, welcome everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. It's a little after 6. My name is Dominic, and tonight we have a full agenda. I'd just like to bring up the parking situation real quick. We had a big meeting last month regarding the preferential parking. So if you would like to, if you do have parking issues in your neighborhood, please sign up after the meeting tonight to get on the committee to start the process for your community. The person that came out last week and spoke to us, his name was Ming from Public Works. He's no longer with Public Works, so we're getting a new individual in. We won't find out his information until next week, but Ming is no longer with Public Works. Just so you guys know, I was just contacted by another developer. There's going to be another housing project put on the corner of 63rd and Holmes. He wanted me to talk about the housing project, but I told him I'd rather he just came out and explained it to the community. So he's going to come out next month, and that'll be on the 13th of November. Does anybody need any of the translation equipment? It's available, and we do have a translator here tonight. I'll take that as a no. Moving right along. So like I said, the new housing development will be on the empty lot of 63rd and Holmes. I'm going to have the developers come out next month on the 13th to answer any questions the community has regarding the housing development. Just as a formal notice, the FCL, the Florence-Firestone Community Leaders, does not endorse any one candidate running for office, but we welcome them to come out and introduce themselves and the position they'll be running for next year in 2020. This is for our personal knowledge so we know who's running and who we'll be voting for. Okay. The supervisor's office, I don't think they're here tonight, so we'll be moving right along. The sheriff's department, not here also. So I guess it's highway patrol.
I don't have many announcements. I've been working on some of the complaint areas you've been asking me about. 65th and Holmes, Prince, and Firestone. So if you have any other areas, I've just been working in some problem areas like stop signs, speed, if you have any others you want to know about.
Thank you for that. Library, do you have any announcements you'd like to make?
Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, My name is Leticia Napoles. I am the library manager for the Grand Library. Julian Zamora, who's the library manager for Florence, is not here, but we have the team librarian. So Catherine is here with us today. And we have a few announcements. First of all, thank you so much for allowing us this space to be able to promote our program. At the Grand Library, I wanted to mention that we currently host a Learn and Make program for children ages 4 to 12 years old every Wednesday from 3 to 4. And it's an art activity program, so it's a fun time for them. So please go ahead and promote that for us. Also, on October 31st, from 3 to 4, we'll be hosting a special Halloween family story time, which will be able to hear funny, spooky stories and then complete a Halloween art activity. And we'd like to announce that this year again, in partnership or collaboration with In and Out, they sponsor a reading program called Cover to Cover Club. And what it does is the aim is to promote literacy and encourage children to read. So for every 5 books that they read, they go ahead and get a free certificate for a cheeseburger or hamburger. And it's for the ages of 4 to 12 years old. So please come and visit us at either the Florence Library or the Grand Library and encourage the children to come and participate. The more the better. Again, they'll get like a little log for every 5 books that they read. They get a free cheeseburger or hamburger. They're able to do it up to 3 times. So I'll go ahead and pass this to Catherine.
Good evening. My name is Catherine Railton. I'm the teen librarian at the Florence Express Library, and I wanted to just thank everybody in the community for their continued support while we are in this trailer, hopefully temporarily, in Roosevelt Park. The children's librarian wanted to mention that they're having a Goosebumps Day of the Dead event on October 29th, and we're going to have face painting and other fun activities for the kids. We also, Julian, who's normally here, our manager, the adult department got additional funding this year, and we hope to have a lot of adult programs. We just started with some yoga classes on Saturday morning, and there's a whole list of them that we're gonna hopefully have at least 2 to 3 special adult programs, usually happening on Wednesday at 5 p.m. from 5 to 6 p.m. And both of our library flyers with our events are over on the table right here, so you can keep track. So thank you, and that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Okay, next we have the Department of Public Health.
Hi everyone, I'm Elena from the Environmental Health Division of LA County Public Health. Just going to give a little bit of an update on the Central Metal Scrap Metal Recycling Facility that I've been talking about at the last couple of meetings. So there's actually going to be a community meeting about it in mid-November, and there's an organization called Communities for a Better Environment who is going to host the meeting in coordination with the EPA, which is the Federal Environmental Protection Agency. And the purpose of the meeting is to recruit residents in the nearby area. So the Central Metal Scrap Metal Recycling Facility is in Walnut Park, just east of Alameda, near like Santa Fe Avenue and Short Street. So they want to recruit residents to conduct residential soil sampling in the backyards. And this is in part because the EPA is investigating the Central Metal Scrap Metal Recycling Facility to see if some metals from the facility got into the soil in the nearby neighborhood. So there's a community organizer from CBE named Hugo, and you can call him and ask him any questions about the upcoming meeting. There's a little flyer and his phone number is on it, and the flyer's on the table over there. At that meeting, the EPA will also provide an update on their investigation. So it should be interesting meeting. It'll be mid-November. They're still figuring out the specific date, but once I find out, I'll definitely let you know, or you can call Hugo. The only other thing that I wanted to share was that I'm also here to receive reports of environmental, complaints. So if you have any environmental issues that you want to report to me, I'm always here at the end of the meetings to take them. So for example, our office focuses on pollutions from business. So if you smell anything funny from a business or see any excess dust in the air, you can tell me about it and I'll help follow up on it.
Okay, moving right along. The Florence-Firestone Community Service Center, do you have any?
Good evening. I just wanted to take a minute to introduce myself. My name is Sylvia Soto. I'm the interim director of the facility right now. And I just wanted to share some of the things that have been going on at the center and some of the things that we're working on to bring. Something new that just started a few months ago was we're having, for those of you who know, and if you don't know, we do food pantry distribution the second Tuesday of every month. And also, if any of the agencies that are here, if you have families who are in need, you can refer them any day of the week. You can just give us a call to assist with food commodities. But on that same day, the second Tuesday of the month, we do HEAP. They do utilities assistance. So if you have someone who's in need to pay their utilities, you can refer them to come, and it's on a drop-in basis on Tuesdays between 9:30 and 11. And currently we're working to start partnering with some of your community groups so that we can bring in some more programming for the youth. For our seniors, we do have a senior nutrition program here Monday through Friday. And with the seniors, we try to do different activities. We celebrated Grandparents' Day in September, and we're planning on celebrating on the 31st, Halloween. And also something new is that we're gonna do Day of the Dead altar here this year. And we'll probably do that the following day on November 1st. So please feel free to drop in. I am in and out. The one day I do guarantee I'm not here is Tuesdays because I am assigned to another community center. And on that day, I'm taking care of those things. But my door is always open. If you have any ideas of things you'd like to see here, please feel free to come and see me.
Thank you.
Dr. Hold on. The computer class, he was telling me about the last time you were saying that y'all gonna start a computer class.
So I'm working on that right now. So I actually am in talks with another community agency to see if they can provide us a teacher so that we can have a computer class here since we do have a computers. So I am working on it.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully we'll see that soon and we'll let you guys know as soon as we do. Okay?
Thank you. Okay, next we have the Florence-Firestone Walnut Park Chamber of Commerce.
Hello everyone, my name is Anna from the Florence-Firestone Walnut Park Chamber of Commerce. We have two quick announcements. Number one is that we have a new staff. Her name is Fabi, and I just want to introduce everyone. You can just see her over there. So if you call the office or any meetings or any events that we go to, you see her. She's part of our staff. Now I'm going to pass the mic on to Tanya for our next event.
Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would just like to inform you that we are having an upcoming safety workshop with our assistant, Los Angeles Fire Department County Chief Papas. She will be having a safety workshop at our office. You have to RSVP, so you can RSVP with us here. Just sign our sign-in sheet, or you can call our office. We're going to have complimentary lunch. That's why we more so need to know how many people will be attending. So if you're interested, just sign up with us before you guys leave. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. It's October 29th, which is Tuesday, 11 o'clock a.m. from 1 o'clock p.m.
All right.
Okay, next We have the Office of Assembly Member, and we do have Reggie Jones Sawyer here today.
Turn it off. Oh, there it is. Whoa, my voice is too deep. So most of you already know me. I've been here before. I'm Assemblymember Reggie Jones Sawyer. And so I'm really excited not only to be here today, but yesterday the governor signed 5 of my criminal justice bills. And the one that I'm really, really, really excited about, one, because it really helps our youth. 2, because our budget chair, Senator Holly Mitchell, was instrumental in me being able to obtain over $50 million for the Youth Reinvestment Fund to go back into the community, our community, to help our young people. Let me tell you how it works. You know, in our community, there are a lot of kids that experience trauma. They see domestic violence. They may have been raped. They see bullying. They see all sorts of things. In Sandy Hook, when there was a shooting, they sent a battalion of social workers, psychologists down to help those young kids. In our community, that doesn't happen that often. Where you're African American, Latino, our kids are suffering. And I've been to so many prisons that it's just too many that I ever want to go to. And every time I talk to people who have rehabilitated themselves, they talk about that early childhood trauma that they experienced. This money will go back to nonprofits to help our young people overcome that, so they don't go into that school to prison pipeline. I just started a select committee to end the school to prison pipeline. I'm committed to it, because if we close that school to prison pipeline, we could end the prisons as we know it today. We spend $300,000 a year to incarcerate our young people. You could send a young person to USC, you could put them in a brand new Mercedes, put them up in a condo, and in 4 years, they'd be able to spend for themselves. A lot of times they end up back in the prison system at $80,000 a year. So this is a crisis that we can actually resolve and solve. And so the Youth Reinvestment Act was just re-upped again, and an additional about $30 million was put in for the next year that the governor just also signed in those 5 bills. Now what's on the table right now, waiting for the governor to sign by Sunday? By the 13th. I have a bill that I hope will just totally change the way we treat our at-risk youth. You know how they call our kids? Criminals, gang members, drug dealers, incorrigibles. They call our kids all these names, and they label them at risk. Well, I have a bill to take that word out of the education code, out of the penal code, and hopefully out of your mouth. And we call our young people at promise, because they're the promise of the future. They are not what they used to be. They're not with the one crime that they did. We need to uplift our kids and talk about them being doctors, lawyers, engineers, carpenters, electricians. And if the governor signs it by Sunday, it could be a paradigm shift in the way we treat, especially our black and brown kids. And so I'm going to continue to work on this. I have a plan to redo the juvenile justice system, to work with the governor, the Senate, the Assembly, corrections, and others, to redo the way we do the juvenile justice system, take them out of corrections, take them out of a jail cell, and put them into camps where we can treat them like they're human beings, so they can grow, like their minds grow, and that they ultimately become better human beings. I've seen it done in Norway, the way they do it. And if you're with me, because I'm running for re-election, if you're with me so you can help me finish this, hopefully you stay with me so we can get this done. Because this is the future of our young people. This is something that goes beyond anything we've ever done before. And I'll leave you with this. When I got first elected in 2012, every private prison came into my office and told me that they needed 10,000 more prison beds over the next 10 years. When I asked them how were they able to come up with that algorithm, because I have Marco will tell you, I got kids that are teaching biology and advanced math in school, so I learned the word algorithm. And so they came back and told me, we can calculate 100% how many more prison beds by the number of kids that can't read at third grade level. I said, I got a great idea.